Good afternoon and welcome one and all to the Tempered Sword Brackets Finals. My name is Joki and I'm joined in the booth by Zed.
Hello, hello. This is exciting. Game 2 of the Tempered Sword Bracket.
We have a match. This is a match. We have a match between FakerJr and AryaStark2942. I don't know who's won the first one. Oh, it's AryaStark, I believe, who's won the first game. So, yeah, if FakerJr is able to pull one back, it's going to be a game 3. Big shout out going out to our tracker today, which is Niobium Narwhal, and our Restreamer is Amarith. We're just getting ready to go. So, big shout going out to all the chats. I know Nightbot has given all of our links, so please do follow our channels. What are you looking forward to in this match, Zed?
So I'm looking forward to the routing because as they're playing standard mode, they've got a bit more items coming out into the open portion of the game than you would in your traditional open mode, because they're doing a standard sword assured. So they'll have all those escape chests to aid their routing. And I personally like standard because of that. You get a lot more diverse routes, and off they go.
Indeed. What do we have in the house today? $20. Are we going to get a map check from either of them? Maybe not.
I did find that in standard you check map once you're done with the standard portion, but that's me. And these people have made it farther than I ever did when I did the mentor tournament, so they probably know better than I do.
Indeed. Just a piece of heart there from Uncle. And another $20 in the chest there.
Unfortunately, those guards being in the health pool, not going to be dropping bombs.
Just trying to get out of the rain at the moment. Okay, so making our way to the back of the castle. These green guards always tend to get in the way.
Like NMG strats.
Just keys so far in the map chest. FakerJr falling slightly behind. I think he had a bit of trouble with the guards there.
Went out of their way to kill a few more guards. I think they maybe had only seen one of the 2 hearts, so maybe thought it was the variety pack with the bomb drop in it.
Stage of the race, it's not too bad to be a few seconds behind. And with a power glove there, it's well worth checking all these chests.
Getting items like that is why I like standard a lot, because now you've got an option.
Indeed you do.
Do you become a crazy person and go up the mountain, get that save and quit point, and possibly find something up there? Or like a sane person, do you go check Kakariko first?
It's a good one, because it could be that there's a game progressing item up there in Spectacle Rock. And if you leave it till later, it may put you behind. But a Master Sword out of Zelda's cell, that's a nice find. Very nice find.
Does get them one step closer to Aga, because now all they really need is a lamp to get all the way
Indeed.
up through. And with a glove and an Aga kill, that's actually a lot of Dark World access.
It is.
So-
That puts into play Pod, I believe, and Catfish and Pyramid Ledge. So yeah, I wonder if any of them is going to do that if they find an early lamp.
You wouldn't expect to see it, but I'm all about taking weird routes, so.
Indeed, and it is the weird routes that sometimes pay off sometimes. So, like, you wouldn't think going up the mountain would pay off, but if one of them does it and it gives them a hook shot, that's all of East Death Mountain open very early. That is what we call gambling. Snake's not dropping anything there in the basement. Just hearts.
These snakes are in the guard pack, so not surprised to be seeing hearts there. The rats you find, however, are in a separate pack.
Why
It
Ira's
could be the variety
spending
pack.
Ira's spending time killing rats.
That looked like it might have been the variety pack. I saw arrows and a heart.
Let's see, there's some arrows, a key, more arrows. That's dropped nothing. Come on, drop a bomb. Drop a bomb. Just arrows by the look of it.
Maybe that's just
Arrows
the
and
arrow
hearts.
pack. It's been a while since I've studied the prize packs.
Oh well, they'll have to come back when they've got some bombs.
Yeah, with that glove, not too huge of an issue. Would you rather do it while you're doing escape? Yeah, but having the glove makes it feel less bad that you're skipping that there. And
Nice
300 rupees out of
Go for it.
and 300 rupees out of Sanctuary chest there, setting them perfectly up for Bottle Bender. And we've got a green pendant Hera with the blue at Desert and a crystal Eastern Palace. What do you make of that?
It means there's going to be some Dark World action, as only one of those Dark World dungeons is going to be a pendant. And it still might not be a bad idea to go up to Hera, because it gives an extra check if you have the green pendant to visit Sassy. Still, let's see what's on the Lumberjack ledge.
We see that our tier 2 pull is 5 rupees, and our bush crabs are giving us 10 arrows.
Yep.
So
It looks
not
like
too
the
useful
cane
there.
of looks like the cane of burner on the ledge. So may not be important. May be important. Depends on if
Not an item you're generally going out of your way for, at the very least.
no.
Arya taking those bombs they found in the Lost Woods and immediately going over to the back of Escape.
You don't want to leave something behind here. What do they find in these 3 chests today? Arrows, arrows, and a bottle, which could be useful. We don't know if Sick Kid has Got anything relevant today?
Buying that bottle is nice. You don't have to revisit Kakariko now, except to activate the flute. And coming with a Glue Goo is a nice addition.
Absolutely, it's a good safety to have if you come up against a difficult boss that takes all your magic away, like Cold Stare, for instance. Or, as I tend to use it up on, is Mothula. That boss always gets the better of me from time to time.
First thing about fighting Mothula isn't fighting Mothula, it's fighting the room.
Indeed. Yeah, those spikes are a real pain. We pick up some powder in Blind's hideout. Boomerang.
Powder in the blue boomerang. Now we can check what our stun prize is. Always nice. And now we have even more safety with that powder, being able to turn those anti-fairies and bunny beams into fairies for them.
It also opens up Magic Bat check.
Yep, once they find that hammer, they'll have Magic Bat.
Let's see what we have in the well today. Quake? Or should I say quack?
Everyone's favorite.
Spade. I don't dig that.
Diggy.
They can go digging. Bottle vendor has some small change.
Scams for you if you want them.
Scams. Green rupee there in the cuckoo house. Taking all the old woman's life savings.
He hasn't got much, but it was hers, and we did steal it. So I kind of feel bad about that one.
Oh,
And, yeah, that bottle was slightly useful.
very useful. Speaking of Mothula, I wonder if any of them are going to go for a dip to Skullwood soon. Of course, we need to find some Dark World access. Yep, lamp now means Agar is required, of course.
I found your Dark World access.
Yeah.
You may not like it, but it's there.
I wonder if anyone's going to go straight for Agar. I think it might be a little... It'd be a little bit too early. If we get to the 20-minute mark and they're not in the Dark World, then they need to start thinking about it.
Yeah, that seed is pushing them pretty hard towards some Dark World access, so... We see Arya blind checking the race game. Don't hate it.
I like this play. Even if it's something like a piece of heart, it's still worth picking up whilst they're at low health. Rather than saving and quitting, they're walking because they know they've got a spot in the Haunted Grove to dig up.
Yeah. Finding that shovel puts you in a really, really weird spot because you can put it off while you're going through your South Shore checks, or you can route it in after race game. And it's just a weird out of the way check. It's not ever really a great time to do it unless you have mirror and are routing it in with Stumpy.
Yep. Totally agree. Let's see if there's any divergence here. No, looks like they're all going to South Shore. Pies.
20 rupees.
That's good, because it will help them grind up to Zora. Bombs. Let's see what the sunken treasure is today. More blueberries. FakerJr picking them up.
Or explosive dual dam for our runners here today.
Very explosive. I got that pun. It's good. So what they do here, I think, is dependent upon which items they find. If there's a hook shot in this cave, the mountain play you mentioned earlier would be a very good one to do.
Now the mountain's even in logic, but with that moon pearl we just found in there, I think you're hard-pressed not to do the fake flipper checks.
Yeah.
You've got the money.
I think they're going to go do them now. Ice Rod Cave, of course, first.
And you've got the money. Zora itself is in logic, so... Getting the bonus 2 checks of Waterfall and the knowledge of what's on Zora Ledge is very useful at this point in the game.
Thinking the same way. No divergence at all. What do we have in Ice Rod Cave today? A full heart. So...
a little bit of love.
There is some divergence now. Ira choosing to save and quit. FakerJr making that fate flipper play, as you suggested.
Looks like Ira's going over to Eastern.
Yeah. Sassy's back closet is also a nice place where items tend to be. There's the heart piece on the Lake Hylia Island there. So, the moment of truth. What has Sassy been keeping in the back room? He's been keeping a hammer there.
It's keeping the Dark World access from us.
Absolutely. So that does mean that Aga 1 at the moment is not required. I didn't catch what Hobo had there on FakerJr's side, did you?
I believe it was just a piece of art. Let me see. Yeah. It was just a piece of art. Not too exciting.
Just a heart piece. We get our Dark World map check, and Misery Maya is the red pendant, and crystals 5 and 6 are at Pod and Turtle Rock.
Fortunate spot for that other 5-6 being Turtle Rock. Not going to be getting much use out of the Big Bomb there.
It depends on what they find. Tempered Sword out of Hype Cave, though. That's a nice find. And the mitts. Wow, that's a Hype Cave.
FakerJr needs something big here on Zora because in the current state, those mitts and sword really makes that early Sahasrar's closet much better play.
It was a
And that's
scam on
not
Zora.
it.
Nope.
That is
But
not
how many
what we'd really
times?
like to see.
How many times though does Zora have the important item? It's when you least expect it, of course. Stumpy delivering instead with flippers. FakerJr looks as though he's heading towards Sassy's back closet for the hammer. I wonder if he's going to continue to Eastern.
With finding that hammer, I'd be shocked if he continued on into Eastern. Because now you've got the entirety of your Dark World open to you. Outside of Dark Death Mountain.
$100 there on the digging game. It looks like AryaStark is making their way up into the village of outcasts, ignoring the frog.
Yeah, going a clockwise route around around the Dark World, starting from Hype Cave, of course.
Yeah, it's a nice play being able to do all of this in one go and not having to come back, but there's a few checks that he's going to miss out on. Just 10 arrows in hammer pegs.
As we see FakerJr making his way through Hype Cave, finding that tempered sword and those gold gloves.
Kind of brings him up level with Ira. Top piece in the C-shaped house. Yes, Amarith makes a good point in chat. Ira's probably going to make a dive into Thieves Town. It is a crystal dungeon, so if he can clear it with without a safety item,
we do have the one safety with the bottle.
True. Yes, I'd forgotten that blue potion. But we're hoping that the blind script goes on track for these runners.
We see a bit of a divergence with Faker going directly to Skull Woods rather than continuing with the clockwise Dark World route.
True. I mean, they've got to do both dungeons eventually.
Both clearable, they're both crystals, so can't really hate either of these plays.
It's just a case of picking your poison. There's a key there off the vanilla big key chest in Skullwoods.
Just waiting to get express brought back to the entrance by that wall master and going directly to the back.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. If you find the items off Mothula and this chest under the bridge, then you don't need to check anything else. I don't think there was anything of consequence in the front four chests of Thieves Town.
No, I do not believe there was. I didn't see how many items we got out of there, but I don't think it was of importance at the very least.
The 8-bomb
bottle?
pack.
Yeah, we got a blue potion in that bottle.
Yeah, that's a very helpful bottle. And if FakerJr has to use it, he has to use it. At this point in the game, you don't want to take a death off Mothula. Just not a time loss you want. But that was an excellent fight. blink and you
Very
miss
clean.
it. One of the 2 items from Skullwoods there, some bombs.
Who needs safeties when you got modular fights like that?
Yeah, that was a very good fight. Just blowing the hole in the attic of Thieves' Town. I think it was just bombs there in the attic chest.
I've not found much of consequence in Thieves' Town. Or in Skullwoods, for that fact.
There's the big key.
I imagine we'll see the intentional death there. Yep.
Yeah.
6 hearts makes it easy. Easy and faster than walking all the way back around.
True. As Ira makes their way into the basement of Thieves' Town. These enemies are going down like nobody's business with that tempered sword. That key there in Blind Cell means that we do have to check the big chest in Thieves' Town. Will there be anything consequential in there today? No. Pocket money.
I haven't found all that many items since we've entered the Dark World. We found the sword in the mids, and in both of the dungeons we're diving currently. Haven't found anything.
Oh, scratch that.
I'll just-
There's a bow.
I'll just stop talking now.
That was a nice bow find in Skullwoods, so good good pick there. The blind script seems to be going well for Ira. Getting that blue potion ready in case of trouble. Yep, always
Yeah.
best to drink, but a good kill nonetheless. And absolutely nothing on blind.
Nothing in Thieves' Town. A forced clear, as Crystal Dungeons are, but finding that bow in Skullwoods really handy. Gives us a clearable pod and Eastern Palace, which is very important.
Yep. And some good knowledge here from Ira, picking up a red potion from the Dark World equivalent of the Bush's house. I think there's a man that's saying that his front lawn's overgrown or something in the light world. So, yeah, it's good to know that there's a red potion shop there.
Very heads up.
Heading north.
Ira's skipping the Skullwoods play to possibly just go around and check Bumper Cave first.
Just $50 on the bumper ledge. Yeah.
Making their way back.
I'm fairly sure they'll find that bow soon. I think the big question is, what would you do first with that bow? Would you go and do Eastern first, or would you do Pod first?
Strangely, I think my answer would be neither. I want to route those together, hoping I find a mirror first. So I'm looking at quite possibly a Ice Palace play after this for if I was playing.
Yeah, good point. I mean, they can get in with the fire rod. They don't have the red cane though for Icebreaker. That might put them off.
True. But with as far as they've gotten, I'd be shocked if they didn't know that Ice Palace bomb jump.
I'm sure they can do the Ice Palace bomb jump. It's just that icebreaker shortens the length of the dungeon so much that it makes it worthwhile doing it. And don't forget they've got the mountain still to climb as well, so there are a lot of options at this point.
Yeah. They may climb up that mountain, if only to get the save and quit point and check the 2 items, in hopes that they do find either that red cane they're looking for or that mirror.
Have 2 crystals each. Nice play.
Very nice of our Gibdo friends to be in the magic drop pool as they are in vanilla.
Yep. FakerJr finding his $20 prize for raiding the big chest of Thieves Town there. Ira is conning the Ceiling Master. Oh, but takes a death to Mothula.
That's unfortunate.
Very. Let's see how FakerJr does against blind. So far the blind script is on point. Takes a little bit of damage though. Always this third phase that causes the problems.
Always is.
But still manages to take him down. Solid $20 reward there.
Good blind kill there. Not quite fully on script, but getting that free first and second phase makes the chaos that is that third phase so much easier.
Yep.
Arya back at Mothula with that red potion in hand.
And that's all drunk now. He's got to be very careful not to take damage here, because another death would be disastrous. Come on. Ow! I don't want to commentate or curse him. I really don't. But he managed to get the kill.
Very close. But a very well
close.
Hot fight.
Very well played. So it looks like they're retracing each other's steps here at the moment. FakerJr going for the hammer pegs. And Ira just finishing off Mothula. We got to wait and see where they're going to go now. But yes, an Ice Palace play here would be interesting.
I think we might be seeing it out of Ira here. Oh, this might also be a Eastern clear.
I called it right. It is an Ice Palace play.
Being heads up again, picking up another potion.
Yep. Definitely a smart idea given Cold Stare's trolliness.
Making my way towards Eastern.
surprising us. Yeah, I don't think this is a terrible play given the fact that Eastern is now full clearable with that bow. Although we could both be wrong. They could be going south to... No, they're not. They're going to Eastern. Yeah, I believe the Lake Hylia Island just had a heart piece Niobium.
Yep.
FakerJr picking up his flippers off of Stumpy.
I'll see if FakerJr continues to trace footsteps and go to Eastern, or will in fact be taking the dive to Ice Palace. And no, off to Eastern we go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I can't blame either of them. Ice Palace is a really dangerous dungeon to go with just a green mail and 7 hearts.
Yeah, I don't blame them either.
Art piece being the first item in Eastern. 2 more to go. Firebase.
Hopefully we can find all 3 of our items here in the front. That way we don't have to make our way around to the vanilla BK chest.
You say that, but it always is in that vanilla big key chest.
Yeah. And with that map there, we will be headed around. Unless they really feel... Well, now there's guaranteed an item back there, so we will be headed around.
It's a shame they don't have boots. Yeah, this would be a lot faster.
Have gotten out of hand in the Stalfos room on FakerJr's side, but cleaned up nicely.
Until the tournament began, I didn't know how to do that trick, so thank you to the mentors for teaching it to me. I think it was Irritable Penguin who showed me how to set the room up with the Stalfos there. I think I saw one of my other mentors in the chat earlier. SSBM Oro. Big shout going out to you.
Definitely a great runner, and so is Irritable Penguin. If you had either of those 2 as your mentor here, you know, shout outs to them. Great runners.
Absolutely.
We see one of those Oro emotes in chat.
Yes, Oro was super helpful to me in week 4. I actually won that race in week 4, so was very pleased. Armos Knights, one of them getting away. Ira. This is not as clean as it could be.
We'll cleaning up nicely, though.
Yeah, nice
Nothing.
health. Yeah, heart piece there.
Nothing important found in Eastern.
My guess is
Imagine
that they will
next will be off
probably...
towards Pod.
Yep, I was just going to say their next move is probably Pod. It sucks that they've got to walk though, rather than mirror.
Yeah. But makes sense to route these two together. Even if you're not doing it necessarily in the most efficient way.
True.
Not like there is a more efficient way. They don't have the mirror yet. So.
I wonder if any of them is going to route in Pyramid Ledge and Catfish after this. It is another long walk. But as they say, great minds think alike, and looks like they're both making the same plays.
Now that we're in Palace of Darkness here, what are we hoping to find?
That's a good question.
Probably that hookshot or that mirror, getting us access to the right side of Death Mountain.
True, but a red cane would open up Ice Palace for full clear as well. So, yeah, there's a lot to be found. They could find a flute as well, of course.
Haven't been mentioning it a whole lot, but we will be needing that ice rod at some point to defeat Trinex, so that's another thing we're on the lookout for.
That can be absolutely anywhere, including on the pedestal. So what a final that would be for this bracket if we had an ice rod on the pedestal.
Be insane. I don't wish that upon these runners because they're going to skip a few pretty tedious dungeons, with Meyer being one of them. And
Commentator's curse being a thing. Something will be there.
The more you mention it, the more you feed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some traditional pod routing here from Arya. Going to that right side around towards that big key chest.
Yeah, it changes your routing slightly if you don't have the mirror. Magic cape there, another unrequired item because we know Bumper Ledge is only $50.
With that knowledge that we have that the cane, however, the blue cane, is post-Aga, it will be our only invincibility item that we will have. So, very nice to find, makes the early phases of Ganon that much easier.
It's true, and of course it does put Spike Cave into logic as well.
That it does.
There's a mirror. I know that makes the mountain now an attractive play going to check Spec Rock and Hera.
Plus, with that hammer, you get access to the entirety of East Death Mountain.
And Dark Death Mountain as well.
Very true. I think the mountain is where they will most likely be headed next. Unless they find something else that pulls them away from that.
Indeed. They just have to give the Helmasaur King a face ache first.
And again, they could see that mirror and I think maybe swamp, but that would be really crazy without that hook shot.
Yeah.
You really want to be able to go all the way through swamp one time. It's very slow to go through.
I would be thinking about swamp if I'd already done the mountain without anything up there. So I think it makes most sense to do the mountain next.
Yeah. That mountain with... Oh, how many checks do we have up there? We've got 7 on East Light World, with 2 more on East Dark World, and... I think there's gotta be like 17 or so checks up there that they can access right now, so... Makes it a really, really safe play.
Still quite a few items from Go mode though.
Result in Amarith in chat mentioning the fact that they would probably all go do Ice Palace next, which I suggested possibly doing before. And while they do have some more hearts and that cape, I'm not sure they'd be looking to do Ice Palace necessarily after. Think you're maybe hoping for that
Red
hook shot
cane.
or cane more.
Few issues with the turtle party room there, but they clear it out. Pending key layout is a big pending. Oh, we're talking about Ice Palace. Okay.
Yeah, in chat they're talking about Ice Palace, about how hookshot isn't necessarily required depending on key layout, but if they're not comfortable with that second bomb jump and not being in go mode, even though it's a relatively simple one, I think you might still be hoping for a hookshot.
Yeah. Simultaneous kill of Helmasaur King then?
Yeah, these runners have synced themselves up quite nicely. Yes, Faker has made up some really good time in pod.
Going back in though. Oh, he didn't check the big key chest, I think.
That would explain where some of that time came from.
Yeah. He's going to pick up his magic cape in a second. AryaStark, on the other hand, is making their way to Pyramid Ledge, which I thought they might do. Whereas Faker is just going straight for the save and quit. This is the mountain play.
Likely.
Yeah, it's got to be the mountain play. Ooh, that's a nice find. Silver arrows on the pyramid ledge.
Well, we know our runners will have silvers going into cannon. Unless...
Faker doesn't pick them up.
Yeah. I suppose, even if they are on that pyramid ledge, if you feel like you're behind and you're confident with your silver list, that may not be a thing that you check.
Yeah.
And, hello all incoming, chatters from...
Scary Olive, I believe.
Scary Olive. This is game 2 of our Tempered Sword bracket, finals match. Where we are just about synced up here. With, 2 different plays, one going to the mountain, one finishing up a Dark World loop.
What does the other scam fish have for us today?
That was a hook shot on Spectacle Rock Ledge.
A heart container off Catfish. And yes, you're right, it was a hook shot on top of Spectacle Rock. Just a very convenient place to find it before doing Herapop.
No, it's been almost an hour since I said this, but the early mountain play with that hook shot up there could have been really valuable.
True, but they only just got the mirror out of pod. So it would have been like, we know it's there, but I can't get it.
One of those information things again.
Lining up the pot. Is he going to get it first time? Nope.
Mirror back and set it up again. Using I don't remember the name of this method, but it's the newer one that was more consistent that I still need to learn. Because
Sit this time though. My setup for it is slightly different, but it still has the same effect. That is, if you get it. Heart container there, that's one of the 2 items from Hera.
with that big key in the basement, won't be seeing the big chest here.
Ooh.
So we are
I
just
know.
we're just hoping to find that second item here on Moldorm.
It's not going to happen though, is it?
We can hope.
Yep, fingers crossed.
And there it
The
is,
bomb.
that second item.
And of course
Don't
there's
have to
another...
go take a coffee break.
Nope, there is another item available there with a green pendant in hand. Ah, old man had ether medallion. I missed that before. Another bottle on the
bottle up
floating
there.
island. Yep. These dead rocks are such a pain.
As dead rocks are known to be. Opening up TR well, definitely not going inside, but might as well while you're up there.
Yep, saves you doing it later. So, hookshot in hand. We're going to see what's in Hookshot Cave. $20 in the first chest. Drugs, I believe. And a nice shade of blue clothing.
I do like that blue mail stripe for Lucaria. That looks really good.
Yeah, more yellow mail than it is blue, but each to his own.
I mean, when you start off blue, do you really have other options?
Quite. Mirroring back, I think, for Spiral Cave.
Gonna go down through Spiral, then back up through Paradox, and would not be surprised if stepped back into that portal to go do Spike Cave.
Yeah,
Just
that's a good
full
call.
clear that mountain while we're up here.
But it's not quite full clear because if anything is on the Ether tablet, that's still not accessible at the moment.
Let's do what we have access to while we're here.
Yeah. It's a good shout, definitely. If you're not following these runners yet, please do go and follow them. They're giving us quite a Tempered Swords finals bracket race. The seed not cooperating though. Just finding lots of junk chests.
Yeah, we've really had to search for all of our progression. The only ones really handed to us were some gloves. Actually, both gloves were kind of handed to us, but we've really had to search for everything else.
So he's not gone and done Spike Cave as you suggested. Deciding that Swamp might be a better play. Ed.
Yep, Swamp Palace with that hook shot.
Make him full clear at least.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if FakerJr can do the bomb variant of Diver Down. It's a little bit more tricky than the Pain of Samaria version.
Even if you don't know it, it's still long both ways to go all the way around left side. We have Faker cleaning up here in Swamp Palace and Arya finishing off White Death Mountain. I suppose that's just Death Mountain now, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see if Aira checks the Spike Cave. Yeah, it looks like they're going for something at least.
Oh, looks like they'll just be going around into Super Bunny Cave. Because I don't believe they've done that yet.
FakerJr definitely has, but I think this is Ira playing catch up. It's really odd how this seed has been routed. Like, Ira started ahead in Escape, then Faker caught up, and then Ira made plays which Faker didn't make, and Faker caught up again, and now Faker's taking the lead. So yeah, we'll just see if it pays off. Ignoring that left side swamp though.
Well, Bucko, no empty bottles. Arya, forgetting that they have that blue potion. Sorry, red potion. And a nice bomb diver down.
Excellent bomb jump variant there. Yeah, good point, Amarith. FakerJr has been gaining an awful lot of time with brilliant execution.
Loot in a wet place. Not necessary, but will improve travel times around the world, especially since we don't have those boots.
What are the odds that those boots are on the left side of swamp?
Well, at this point there's two places they can't be, and it's on torches, so...
Yeah. So far so good with Argus. This is a very nice fight.
Looking to set up that phase 2 quick. Accidentally poking Argus with the sword, though.
Just a heart piece in Spike Cave as FakerJr cleans up. And what are those? What are those on Argos?
What a convenient spot to find them. You anti-cursed them.
Yep.
Instead of the boots being on left side, moved them directly onto Argus. Does that mean Argus has like 8 boots? It's got a lot of feats. You can call them that.
Maybe they're wellies. Wellies for the spider. Making the Ice Palace play.
At this point, gotta stick to the always be clearing crystal dungeons because you don't have a whole lot of overworld left to clear, and it's the red cane. There in the mushroom turn-in.
Aha! Trying to remember where we saw that mushroom. It was in Paradox Cave, I think.
Paradox or Hookshot Cave.
One of the two. This is always the problem with fetch quests. When they end up being something important, you wonder, well, where did they find the fetch quest item to get them? course means Ira's going to have an easier time with Ice Palace when they go to do it.
But spending a lot of time clearing out that overworld. Because they skipped a lot of it early. And Tyler's Salt in chat mentioning that, yeah, this is an Ice Rod hunt at this point.
Seen the quick kill of those Stalfos Knights.
Fortunately, missing the activation on the first one.
We get to see here how good FakerJr's setup for IPBJ is.
Let's see. I was not doing Swamp for unknown reasons. I was surprised that they went back for all those overworld checks after finding that hookshot on the mountain. But now they are both here in Ice Palace, but Faker with those boots from Swamp and also that Swamp clear, so.
True. Little worrying though, because as you say, we're still missing that Ice Rod, and that could be on left side. I get the feeling that Faker's going to leave that behind till one of his last checks.
At a certain point, it's the gamble you make, and you have to rest your race on that.
Nice big key there.
Arya with that red cane, completing Icebreaker, no problem.
Yeah, it does make this dungeon almost trivial. Dash south in this room.
Yep. FakerJr just doing some very nice routing through Ice Palace, making the heads-up decision to go check Ice Tea here.
Doesn't pay off though. You just get a fighter's shield for it. Nice bomb jump over the gap there.
Very quick, very easy.
So the Fire Rod is going to take up all of FakerJr's magic here. But he has the blue goo to bring himself back to top form.
I'll be seeing it
Stare.
Yeah.
Yep. Missing that spin attack on Cold Stare, which kind of makes them a little bit more tricky to deal with. That's a very good fight nonetheless.
Still an excellent fight, yeah. And, even though I don't think they took a hit after using that potion, and if they did, it was one hit. As we all know, Cold Stare hits like a truck, so better to use it and not need it than need it and not use it, as I'm sure we've all done before.
Yep. And the other thing to note is that Ira still has green tunic, I believe. So
Nope, picked up
one.
that blue mail and
Did they? Okay.
Also performing the glitch that you can do where you use some of your master sword beams, or well, sword beams, to save some magic in order to use the fire rod on Cold Stare. Very well done.
Meanwhile, FakerJr is heading into King's Tomb for a heart piece. Boots does open up all of these odd checks.
You see Arya making their way over to probably do that swamp palace that they have yet to do.
Yeah, and as well pointed out in chat, the race could turn over the left side of swamp. We still don't know what's there. If it is the ice rod, then that puts Ira in the lead. If it's junk, then FakerJr is squarely in the lead. We don't know though. Yeah, Maya area Desert Palace could definitely be the solution.
Very well could be. Baker going to go do Smiths, if I had to guess.
Or Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, I think this is Graveyard Ledge. Called it. Oh no.
Oh,
Bumper
right.
ledge.
Bumper ledge. And will most likely be heading down to Graveyard Ledge since they're around here.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen lots of races won and lost by Graveyard Ledge having an important key item.
Happened to me more of the times than I'd like to admit.
There it is. There's that ice rod.
Me if I'm wrong, but I believe that does put FakerJr in go mode. No, he doesn't have that red cane from... Well, will be in go mode. We're in no mode.
He will. Very soon he's going to have that red cane.
Really well played race by both our runners, but...
Yeah.
With that red cane, FakerJr is in go mode.
Assuming that there's no obvious deaths or misplays, this looks very likely to be a Game 3 scenario. We'll see. Still plenty of places for FakerJr to die and Ira to catch up.
Ira still that ice rod away from go mode.
Following very much in the heels of FakerJr.
Had a very clean Argus fight here.
Yes, well played. Not quite as clean as Faker's fight, but this silver arrow should finish him off very quickly. And of course, he's going to be very pleased to see his boots as a reward.
Ira, go fast. Go fast very specifically to Graveyard Ledge, please.
Yeah, gotta go fast.
Where are we headed now on Ira's side?
I think probably K45, and then maybe Smith's chain. Of course, we know that's not the right answer.
Yeah, it does seem to be what's happening here.
If they carry on the Smith's chain and go on up to Graveyard Ledge, Iris still has a chance. Remember, he still has the silver arrows, which makes the Ganon fight a little bit quicker than FakerJr is going to find it.
It does speed up that phase 4 quite a bit. But when you're talking about the difference between tempered silverless and tempered silvered, I don't think that's going to be enough to make up the difference.
No, I agree. I think Faker has got such a lead here, being in go mode, that it's going to be difficult, not impossible, but difficult for Ira to come back. Still, it's been a very exciting race. Reminds me of some advice one of my mentors gave me during the tournament. When do you skip the vanilla big key test in Turtle Rock? And Vert's 505. Well, if you have the big key, you can skip the vanilla big key chest. If you don't have it, you don't skip it. Maybe FakerJr needed to have Verts as a mentor. And there it is.
Most likely just misrecounted. And...
yeah, that's what we call a slip of the brain.
Alright, activating their flute. We'll speed up that Smith chain.
Not bothering with a Mimic Cave check.
Ah, why would you? We assume FakerJr is plenty confident with their ability to silverless, so
True. But a butter sword might be nice.
I mean, you still got chests you gotta check along the way.
GT still has a lot of chests.
27 of them.
And that is a nice prelude to our big key guessing game coming up very soon.
Yep, that will be coming up here soon, as FakerJr is finishing up their last crystal and will be headed to GT.
I think it's just Trinex, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, this laser bridge is always a pain. Red Mail. That's going to make the Ganon fight a little bit easier. I think you want the safety door now.
The only thing you could really want beyond what you got now is maybe a sword, probably the silvers, which we know are...
Takes a death, I think, on laser bridge. Oh no, we have the fairy safety. I'd forgotten about that.
Just picked it up. Already seeing good use.
Can't play risky here anymore.
Always the last one you check that has the small key.
Yes, they had the fairy. It was a bit worrying without.
Looking at about a difference of 1 turtle rock between our runners here.
I was just gonna say that Ira is a full Turtle Rock dungeon behind.
Ooh, backdoor strats. Those are tricky.
Yeah, they don't tend to work for me, at least, unless I have the butter sword. Still, these runners are a lot better than I am. Gotta be careful. It's down to 3 hearts. Trinax can snipe people, but manages to take him down.
It's a really close fight. Almost ran out of magic too.
Lots of pocket change for his reward. So, chat, get your guesses in for the big key guessing game. You can pick any number from 1 to 22.
Go with my classic guess of 13. I have no reason for why I pick 13. 13 has no significant meaning to me. It's just a number.
Yes, and well said, Tyler Salt. The Ganon's Tower Big Key Guessing Game is brought to you by the Go Mode podcast. Please do check out the website. But looks like guesses are now over because FakerJr has ended, and he's going, I think, for Dark Magician strats. Location number 1
on the torch.
Yeah, $50. There's keys in this room so far, and bombs.
Got all the keys.
All the keys. Now heading his way over to Hope Room. Compass. And Bomb Boss. Going for the right side play. Nice avoiding of that ceiling master there.
Cleanly done rooms by FakerJr.
Yeah. That's why these guys are Tempered Sword Brackets players. They are playing this very well. Although getting an unintentional coffee break there. With iframes on the blue pegs.
People just won't leave or FakerJr alone.
Yep. Let's be part of the Gibdos Forever movement.
Nothing on right side.
Not yet.
Picking up his key. Picking up the key and going back to the left to finish the pole clear.
Yeah, it's a tough call as to whether you'd carry on the right side and go for the Ice Armos, or to do what FakerJr is doing and go for the Rando room, or for bar room here. More than often than not, Rando room does pay out.
Meringue strats. We love to see them.
I've lost count on the number of chests.
Fire bar room was 12 if I have been counting correctly.
No, 13 there. Your guess. Just yield some arrows.
Yikes.
Ira picking up his red mail in Tulrog. There's the big key. Chest number 16. No one guessed 16, I think.
Let's take a look. I believe our closest guess, without going over, ends up being, with a guess of
14, I
14.
think.
Mr. Aaron Sneered?
Or Snurd.
Congratulations.
Whichever way you want to pronounce it. And bad luck, Button Mashu. You're one out.
I didn't see somebody set up a prediction. Thanks to whoever did that. Who goes left to right, left to right? Well, Dark Magician, and generally it's a pretty effective route.
Just not today. FakerJr making his climb through the gauntlet as Ira finishes up Trinex.
Very clean kill, as always.
Yeah.
It's Ira. You see FakerJr finishing off Landmost 2, while Ira is activating the GT cutscene. It looks like they will be doing traditional Hope Room left route, as seen by most runners.
Yeah. If Ira goes full left, there's a good chance that they can make up a little bit of time on FakerJr. Although I'm not sure at this point it's going to be enough.
Still very close race throughout. Just had some moments where...
This has been exciting.
Fortunately, Arya just had some moments where they felt the need to clear out the rest of the overworld that they had neglected too early, when all the progression that they needed was elsewhere.
Yeah. Wonder if any of these extra chests are going to be opened. 20 rupees.
FakerJr taking a swipe at that fairy, but ultimately deciding it's not necessary.
I hope he doesn't take a fall or a death to Ganon. He might end up regretting that.
They determine it absolutely necessary. There's a tree you can bonk that always yields a fairy.
True. I'd forgotten about that tree.
And if they're going down there to get fairies, they definitely will check
Ira picking up the
find
big
the
key.
silvers.
Starting his climb just as FakerJr ends up with Agatu. And a nice triple there on that first phase.
This man passed geometry.
I think it only registered as a double though. Oh, that's,
that triple is well set up.
Yeah, it was an amazing triple. I wonder if he's going to check Pyramid Ledge. No.
Some boring text from Ganon this time.
Yep.
As we see a very good fight going on. Ganon putting himself in the position for perfect tempered spins.
And that dash out of the far bat ring was genius.
You can tell this fight is practiced a lot.
Yeah, he's doing really well to get through phase 3 quickly as he is. Getting the torch glitch as well. That's one spin.
really good silverless fight.
Yeah. This is how you do a silverless Ganon.
If you need to know how, check this out later.
Get your GGs in chat for FakerJr, who brings the score up to 1-1, which means there will be a game 3.
Ooh, babe. Mark that down. As you can tell, these runners are both fantastic.
Yep.
And have provided us a fantastic race here, so.
Indeed. I think his final time is 1 hour 34 and 30, but I'll let you double check that.
Yeah, we're looking at a 1:34:30 finish out of FakerJr. Really good time out of this seed.
Indeed. And Ara is still, not too far behind. It's a very nice cannon.
Alright, coming up on everybody's favorite wizard, Agatu. Let's see if they can set up this first triple.
No, just a single there.
The real Aga didn't shoot because reasons. Well, because he got hit before he shot. I always think that's so weird how that works.
Yeah.
Either ways, quick and easy kill out of Ira there on Agatu.
Yeah, still very good fight.
Going directly into that Ganon fight, pulling out that cape.
Yeah, it's always.
Easy cape strats for phase 2.
Yeah. Dodging out the way of the bats with the cape there.
Armed with those silvers, we are rapidly approaching Arya's finish.
Yeah, this is going to be a quicker Ganon fight. Silvers, of course, were on the pyramid ledge. Misses the torch glitch.
Not to worry. Armed with that blue potion, we'll
That was close. Almost walked off the edge.
armed with that blue potion, we'll have plenty of magic to finish out the fight. With one more hit, here we are. GG's in chat for Arya.
Yep, GG's. Finishing around about 4 minutes behind FakerJr. As we find out that there was an unknown shield on the pedestal. I think
Final finish time of 1:38:42, just about.
Yep.
GG's in chat for Arya.
GG's. This, of course, means there is going to be a game 3. to be scheduled. But I think I'm as excited about their final match as I am the Gold Sword bracket finals, which are also coming up. So stay tuned to the GoMo podcast where you will see some really good races. Are we having anyone in for an interview, do you know?
We will not be seeing FakerJr in for an interview, but we will be having Arya in here. What FakerJr has to say? They made a comment. I'll wait for Arya to be in here. It includes them, so whenever they're here. And here's Arya. GG's to you.
Thank you.
What a seed, eh?
Yeah, it was a time. The time was had. It wasn't terrible, I don't think. I didn't play super well, but everything seemed to fall into place at the end, at least, so that was pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, you had a really good start, actually. You were in the lead for a little while, and then it kind of flip-flopped over to Faker, who just kind of ignored the left side of Swamp and made a few gambles, which put him just that couple of minutes ahead of you.
Yeah, I figured it was going to come down to something small. It was one of those races where I felt kind of decent about picking up Samaria and picking up Ice Rod where and when I did. And I always, I've found that whenever I feel decent in a seed, it usually means somebody else did it better than me. So,
I mean, what ended up happening was FakerJr went into Swamp before Ice Palace, so armed with those boots for a while longer than you were.
Yeah, that was definitely less than ideal, but
yeah, it was about when you were doing overworld cleanup that FakerJr made their way into Swamp and picked up those boots.
Yeah, the other thing that you did, Ira, was Catfish, which FakerJr skipped as well. So it is just one of those things that the key items were right in his path, and he picked them up sooner.
Yeah, that's obviously the concern sometimes when they pop up in dungeons like that. On the whole, I was actually pretty happy with how I routed it in terms of like concentrating checks and not doing a lot of cheap one-offs that would kill my time. Again, I didn't play super well. The path leading up to Thieves and then into Skull like worked out. It like paved its road all the way to the end there, and I just didn't play those two dungeons that well. The death on Moth was sloppy, so that surely cost a little bit of time too. But on the whole, I was actually fairly happy with how most of it went.
You should.
Yeah.
This was a very fun race to watch. As we said, the major turning point was that earlier Swamp dip, clear by FakerJr. And they do have a comment for us. They said, I nearly failed Torch Glitch. I was very close and my TR wasn't so good, but I had luck with the Samaria. And thanks Amarith for restreaming. Me and Joki here for commentating, and would like to congratulate you on a fantastic race. So, GG's again to both of you.
GG's, and don't forget our tracker as well, Niobium Narwhal.
Yes.
Do you have any idea when you're going to schedule Game 3 for yet, or is it still to be determined?
No, we put all 3 games on the docket at the same time. So Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern, will be the deciding game for this bracket. So that should be fun.
I won't be around to commentate for that, but looking forward to it. Make sure you follow these very talented runners.
You can You can find them in the Twitch chat. Just plugged all of us again. And once again, huge thanks to Amarith for restreaming and Niobium for tracking. It's not easy. I've tracked a few times. Gets a bit chaotic.
Yeah, particularly when there's lots of pickups in quick succession. You can often miss things. All right, I think that will about do us. I'll give you the final word, Zed.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us here on this this fine whatever time of day it is for you. On behalf of Go Mode Podcast, I have been Zed, joined here by Joki, and we will be seeing you for the next race. Take care, everyone.
Bye now.